All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Brother Moab coming to you again, out in the highway and the byway, bringing out this gospel of truth to edify the hopefully lack of Yahshua Yisrael, so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, whose seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to warn the two-thirds of our people of the impending judgments that's coming here to Great Babylon, America, and to repent and to return back to Yahweh Shema Shai, who the world ignorantly known as God and Jesus. And it's always a pleasure to let Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man, the devil that the Bible speaks of, know that your end is coming real soon. Before we get started, son, please give all glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Matakadash. Double honors to teachers, elders, and apostles of great millstone, likewise, brothers putting on the truth, fearlessly feeding the sheep, brothers and sisters tuning in. Shalom. All right, here we go. Another sunny day here in Great Babylon, America. What's going on in the world? Same thing as usual. War going on over there in the Middle East. You still have that conflict between Russia and Ukraine. You still have the wicked Jewish, those kikes over there in the state of Israel, bombing and killing innocent non-combatants such as women and children. Okay, the world is waking up to the fact that they are the wicked of the earth. Okay, you have great tribulation taking place here in Great Babylon, America, as our people are being hounded and hunted by this wicked devil Esau, you know, in the form of trying to cleanse his place of illegal immigrants, so to speak. We still have our people coming up against this gospel as truth. They can't stand the fact that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has awakened men that dare stand out here and preach against the wickedness of this doggone devil, that they have come to conform to his ways because they think Daddy Esau is the way, the truth, and the everlasting life, and he's going to fix every problem for them, and they're dead wrong about it. Okay, and as other things pop up in my head, I'll bring it out like that. But let's go and talk about, you know, these judgments that the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has for this place, because you might take a look right now and see everything look normal. People still going to college. People still applying for jobs. People still going over whining and dining. You still have socio-economic statuses here. You got people who are making it, man. They get more than they need. You have people who don't have a pot to piss in. Okay, and every day, if you are watching closely, you see a lot of people are joining the homelessness, or the homeless lines here in Great Babylon, America. You see people losing it. Okay. And this is for those that are awake. Now, if you live in dreamland here in Great Babylon, America, and you want to put your head in the ground like an ostrich, you would pretend as if things are still going great. This is why you have a lot of people that surround themselves with a bunch of phony ass people, and they feel good about themselves when they have a whole bunch of people around them. Okay? Because they're depending on those people, not Yahweh Shema Shai. This is the book of Lamentation 4 and verse 21, it reads, Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Oz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shalt make thyself naked. What is that cup? That cup of judgment. Okay? So you have the true children of the Most High, which is us. Okay, the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos, and scattered birds, who have suffered endlessly under the oppression, okay, of this doggone devil, okay? Mental depression, physical ailments, okay? Social standing that is so low that people can't take you seriously, even if you actually, well, supposed to be elevated in this life. You become just basically a byword or a mockery, okay? And I'm talking about these Jake celebrities, okay, who always find out the hard way that this devil, you know, is only using you to continuously keep our people asleep. But you're seeing it going on right now, where at the lowest level, these Edomites are starting to catch up. Okay, and Lord willing, I could do a video this week. I was hoping to do it last week, but I was still looking at some other material to add to it, to bring some volume to it. You Edomites, you are going to have to fight. You are going to one day have to get up out of your comfortable couches, put down a cafe latte, okay, get out of your little suburban neighborhoods, which are going to be old run, and you're going to have to fight. See, that's the judgment the Lord is going to put on you doggone Edomites, is you're going to have to one day clash, and you're going to be clashing with each other more than you're going to be clashing with Jakes. You're going to be clashing with each other. Because as you look at it right now, the Lord has put a spirit in your kings, your prince, to tear this place down economically, socially, morally. This place is in a downward spiral right now. It's decaying. It's decaying. And when you look at, like, right now, if you look at the amount of cars that drive by the camps, when we're out here, you know, they get the windows screwed up. They might even snap a photo of you, throw it up on TikTok, or you might see them, you know, even make a video. Go so much that you will make a video on their hate for you speaking out what is written in this book. These people are in a drunken state. They're part of that drunken state, okay, that Edom has always been in. And Edom has also put these other nations, okay? This thinking that you can self-preserve, that you're like the creator, okay? But that cup of indignation that the Lord has given to us is now going to be passed on to, is going to be passed on to these Edomites. They're going to suffer humiliation. They're going to know what it's like to be at the bottom, what it's like to wake up and worry constantly. You're going to have the petrodollar that's going to crash, and being an American is no longer going to be, okay, the epitome of being a human on this earth. You know, when you go and you show your U.S. passport across countries, people, you know, even as a J, people look at that and go, oh, you have that American dollar. Okay, so that gives you a little bit more play in comparison to like when you're over here, where you're dealing on a level playing field with everybody, meaning broke. Okay, it says, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Or sins are being discovered. How are they being discovered? The Lord raised up men, okay, decades ago, okay, that was given the understanding on what was written in this book. Because let's say, for example, I remember reading the Bible 30 years ago, or even 20 years ago, and you hear the word lamb, which Yahweh Shai is always described as a lamb. The thing that comes in your head is an actual lamb. Okay, it might sound funny, it might sound stupid. Like how the hell you can think that I was speaking about a lamb? But if you read this, if you read the Bible and you don't have the understanding that's not given into you, none of it will make sense. So the Lord Yahweh Shai gave understanding to certain men who woke up, okay, as was prophesied that we would stand up on our feet, a great army, which would put fear into these people who are the elites. Because now they understand that when you see the prophets going out on the highway and the byway preaching about the judgment of a place, okay, that means that end is coming real soon. And this place right now has reached, okay, to its tier top level of rulership on this earth. I think what they say, every kingdom lasts, what, 250 years? Well, this place is already up in that category. So you're seeing right now, it's falling apart. All the decision made is stupid. Okay, we're going to go a little bit more into that. Okay, we're going to talk about what's going on with this MAGA bullshit. Okay, which is great. Because right now I just read you said that the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O Zion. That's a good thing for us. Are we still under the curses? Yes, we are. Are we still getting still under our judgment? Yes, we still are. But the good thing about it is that we're nearing the end. It's almost like you're sitting in your cell and you're marking down, you know, exiting and crossing out the weeks, okay, or the years. Then it goes down to months. Then it goes down to weeks. Then it goes down to days. And literally, you're sitting down there waiting for that cell door to open for them to say you're free. And this is the joy, okay, of the servant of Yahweh Shai, is that we are seeing the transition of those judgments now going on our enemies. They're catching hell that we had never seen them catch hell before. Okay, we're seeing the rebellious state of our people increasing even more, which is actually in prophecies that they would start mocking. Okay, they would start mocking the truth. They would become very offended. Okay, very offended. unwilling to change, unwilling to get out of the mentality of being a slave or a servant. Like the scripture said, is Israel a born slave? Okay? Are you a servant? Or we kings and gods, man? What are you? Okay? What are we? We're Yasharala, man. Prince of the power. Come on. All right? But we understand that there's lamentation and woes that's here for this place. Let's go into Revelation 18. And it's the book of Revelation. Actually, let's go into John 15 and start verse 18 here. I wanted to bring this up because the thing that you can never do is get discouraged, okay, doing this work, whether you're getting a lot of views, a lot of likes, or none at all. The fact is that the reward comes from the Mashiach. The Mashiach is the only one that's going to crown you. The Mashiach is the one with the ship. The Mashiach, okay, is the one that can save you. There's not one man, okay, none of us, I can't save you. None of you can save me. I don't care who the hell you are, okay? The only one that can save any one of us, okay, is the Mashiach. Okay, so you want to be part of those people that the angels, when they're dispatched, they're going to go to the four corners of the earth and collect the elect. You want to be one of those, because if you're left behind, that sucks. That really sucks. So that's who our hope is in the presence of hope. This is John 15. And started with verse 18 reads, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. So it hated our King, it hated our Lord before it hated us. Okay? Now he bear all of it for us. He sacrificed for all of us. Imagine 33 years old and you're dying, okay, for X amount of millions or billions of people. Okay? And there's no man that really can sit down and say that I would do it. I wouldn't. I'll look right in this camera and tell you I wouldn't do it for you. I wouldn't. Okay? The Mashiach was the only one that could do it. He was the only one that could take that crucifixion. And if you go into the history of crucifixion, it was a horrible way. Horrible way. So they hated him. And they showed it. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. You've chosen us out of the world mentally. Meaning what? We understand we can enjoy good things, we can enjoy food, a movie, dinner, you know, the company of a woman, which is your wife, or girlfriend, or whatever the hell you have, or women, okay? If you have friends, the company of friends, okay? Whatever it is that you have to deal with in this world, you deal with it. But it's a mental thing that he did. We're not standing here, I'm not standing here thinking to myself like, oh, gee, man, there's a future here for this place, you know? Okay? I really need to get these Edomites to like me. I really need to get Jake's them to like me. I really need to have some more people around me. Or I need to get my so-called family, okay, relatives them like me. I need to get my 2,000 family members them to like me. You know, boy, I haven't seen this person for a long time and that person for a long time. And sometimes you can get caught up in that, you know, you could look in some old emails or whatever the case is like that, or you might look at an old picture, you might scroll across an old picture or something like that that can pop up either in your cell phone or, you know, on your computer screen. You know, if you have a screensaver that might have some pictures. And sometimes, you know what, if that's going to put you into a state of, you know, regret or a state of, well, man, boy, those were the good days of, you know, when me and so-and-so used to hang out, when me and so-and-so used to work on projects, you know, when me and so-so it was this, you know, and you know, you don't want to sit back and look at, you know, picture you when you were collecting a reward or some type of plaque or something that demonstrates your achievements out there in the world, because that will put that spirit of pride and that lack of humility. And you got to be very careful with that. It's a very fine, thin line. And so for that reason, the emphasis of your life has to be on pleasing the Lord Yahweh Shemi Shai. And that's all I worry about. I don't worry about pleasing man or buddy or being buddy with someone or whatever the case is. Oh, this dude like me or that dude like me, or this chick like me or that chick like me. I don't. Because the only person that you need to please is Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. He's the only one with the chariots and the ability to give you everlasting life, okay, and to take you out of this place. Other than that, you're gonna die, and that's just all there is to it. All right. So distinguish between bullshit. I got your back. Nobody can get anybody's back. I don't want you to have my back. I don't want to have your back. You need to have Yahweh Shai have your back. I'm concerned about Yahweh Shai having my back, not you. Not a man, not a woman, not anybody on this earth. Now we can be, you know, obviously there's a brotherhood and there's we all treat each other with respect. But at the same time too, you gotta understand, and this is why you see these guys that are out there, because they're trying to please the world. What ends up happening is nothing that they do, they think is good enough. And that's why you have these gimmick camps. That's why you get a guy like Al-Ghazal that has to go and show his wealth or show his jewelry or whatever the case is like that. Okay, and in order to if your worth is all about you showing what you have, what your net worth is, if that's your worth, then you have to sustain and maintain that, which is going to put you in a position where you might have to do unscrupulous things. You might have to do things that goes against, okay, being a man of the Lord. Ripping people off, pawning people. What were they doing? Selling the scriptures? You can always walk around with a cool, you know, being cool, get your hat twisted backward, you get straps. I mean, what else? I mean, what a waste of energy and being really insecure. So waste of energy. You that insecure that you gotta you put yourself out there. Now the Lord exposed his ass as nothing but a phony. And I don't buy for one minute that he wasn't doing the work and really believe what he was doing. He might come out and say that right now because, you know, he's that controversial type of guy. Because it plays with the spirit. Keep in mind that you have a negative spirit that's constantly nagging at you like, man, fuck this. And then you have the spirit that is keeping you grounded, okay? And understand what the mission is all about. It's so simple, okay? This is not about glorifying ourselves. There's many brothers in this ministry, in this truth, who are doing it the right way, who can pull their resume out on the screen and say, look, this is what I accomplished when I was in the world. I have this degree, I have that degree, I know how to do this and I know how to do that, blah, 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 okay? I might be able to back it up, okay, with some zeros behind some zeros in their bank account too. But this is not about exalting yourself. This is about Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. This is about Yahweh Shai. This is his ministry. He says, remember the word I said unto you. The servant is not greater than his Lord. If they had persecuted me, they also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they also keep yours also. They didn't keep his saying. They didn't keep the Lord's saying. So when the Pilate was asking to free this innocent man who the world called Jesus, or do you want to crucify him? Our two-thirds said crucify him. No different than right now. How right now they wouldn't like any more right now than Esau going round us all up and throw us in doggone alligator Alcatraz or chop our head off on TV. They wouldn't give two shits. I can guarantee you there would be no march for us. They're not going to go and do a George Floyd type of march or BLM or whatever case is like that. They're not going to. Because we stand, when we speak, our words is a word where there's conditions. There's conditions. There's conditions to get into the heaven, to get into the favor of the Lord Yahweh Shai. There are conditions, okay, to be part of the elect. There are conditions. There are rules that we have to follow. Okay? Known as commandments. You're going to be in a situation that is not conducive to what your normal life is. people laugh at you, mock at you, okay? You know situations where people just look at you and just think you're some just disgruntled, doggone person. Yeah, you should be disgruntled. You should be disgruntled. Why wouldn't you be disgruntled? Why would you be happy of friggin' doggone having been purged and molested and raped, okay? And kept constantly at the bottom. Why would you be happy about that? Why would you be happy about your oppressor constantly having the edge over you, constantly having his feet on your neck? Why would you be happy about that? No, you should be disgruntled. You should be disgruntled. And all the more that disgruntledness of how this world has treated you, how Esau has treated you, will make you even more hate that doggone motherfucker, man. That's the more why you come out and having no fear and cuss his crackers out. Okay? These guys did this shit right here. I kind of explained that one time and showed you. Right here. Take a look. See that? They did that shit. Well, what? Well, I'm supposed to be scared to show that? Why? Because somebody don't like what they see? Okay, keep burning me. I've been getting burned by the same instant left and right. Alright? It says, but all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. They don't know the Most High. If I had not come and spoken to them, they have no sin, but now they have no clue before their sin. You cannot say, nobody warned you. Nobody warned you. You have super camps, and then you have camps of one. Okay? But there's certain brothers that put 4 or 5 videos up a day. Tons of them. If they hadn't done the work, I wouldn't have heard it. And neither would a lot of brothers. We wouldn't have nothing to learn from because they were lazy and they didn't do the work. But they did the work. They were obedient servants. The elders, the apostles, they were obedient servants. And brothers like myself and many others, we embraced it. We embraced it like, wow, Tawadi Habashmi Al-Shabashim Kakadash. This is what I was looking for all my life. I was looking for answers my entire life. I wasn't crazy when I was telling people 30 years ago, I think I'm cursed. I wasn't crazy after all. I wasn't crazy. Brothers who are coming out and saying the MOTB or the mark of the beast is the RFID microchip. It's a computer chip in order to buy or sell and do things. I have a background in computer system, cybersecurity. I always do it. And to see other brothers are doing it, saying it like that, like, wow. Yes, there are people who knew about it before they came into the truth. Okay? So when you saw it, that brothers actually had a sign with the MOTB, because we carry out here on the camps, it was easy to look at it and go, wow, there it is right there. Okay, there it is. There it is, it makes sense. So it's hilarious or really it's concerning when you have camps that are out there and trying to discredit the fact that the MOTB is the RFID microchip. They make no sense. Okay, let's go into let's go to Matthew 10. Let's go to the book of Matthew 10. Matthew 10 and 32. Let's go start off with verse 32. It said, whosoever therefore shall confess me before a man, him will I also confess before my Father which is in heaven. You have to know the name, man. You have to know the name. Our duty as servants is we are doing the work that Yahushua has set us up to do. He gave us each a portion, whether it's a penny, 10 penny, 5 penny, whatever the case is like that. Your goal is to go and do a return investment because it's going to be tally up. So you can't be lazy with it. You know, And there, let me tell you something with brothers, and I'm speaking for myself. You know, sometimes you look at other brothers and you look and see how much knowledge they know about the history. I mean, they just seem to know it all, especially the certain elder brothers. You know, they know so much. Don't compare yourself to them. Work with what you were given. That's it. Don't compare yourself. Because if you do, you feel so insignificant that you would think that your contribution of doing the work doesn't matter. Then nobody would hear you. Okay? No, don't. Just like now you might have a couple hundred subscribers. Guess what? When you first started on this ministry, you might have had one or two, which you might have a backup channel, and then you use that backup channel to subscribe to yourself, right? Come on, I know, right? And you might have done the first 15, 20 videos or 30 videos getting less than 4 or 5 views, you know? And then eventually your views start getting more, and then you hit the 2-digit views one time. Oh wow, I got 10 views. You know, and it encourages you. So don't compare yourself to the elders. They're elders for a reason. Okay, they're elders for a reason. All right. So confess. Let people know who Yahweh is, who the Most High is, Yahweh. Okay. Let them know the true name. You're gonna need to know. All right. It says, but whosoever shall deny me before man, him also I will deny before my Father which is in heaven. So IUIC, they're teaching a whole set of people to continuously call on the so-called white man's God, Jesus. Them and many other camps. And you know how to get people fooled with it too? Because they put all that bullshit pomps and circumstance, you know, all that flowery, you know, glitter and glamour and all kinds of shit. So it's kind of like Hebrew Israelite, but you throw a little flavor of like Creflo Dollar or Christianity inside of it, you know, throw some flavor into it. And people believe them because they look like they create this illusion of grandeur and stature instead of humility. Okay? And given that grandeur and that stature and that praise and that glory to Yahweh Shai, who's our Redeemer, who's our Savior, not yourself. Okay? Not yourself. Oh, mixing the DJ and the rapping and all that stuff. I mean, come on, man. Seriously? The last thing I want to do is be associated with niggerism, man. And that's all that is. A lot of people like niggerism. Alright? It says, think not I am come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace but a sword. So the Lord ain't come back to send no peace. He come back with a sword, and that sword is coming for Esau's ass. Okay? But that sword is going to be amongst us too. You think the 2/3 Jakes are going to look at each other brotherly and sisterly and join hands together to go up against or going Esau? Hell no, they fighting again. What happened right now, we see the Northern Kingdom getting their judgment. Jakes, the so-called Negroes are laughing and saying, hey, F-A-F-O, which is fuck around, find out. Okay? There's no feelings, there's no empathy. Just likewise, when the Negroes are getting kicked down in the streets, there was no empathy or no feelings from the Latino tribes, the Latino Hispanic stuff. They're like, yeah, let's go, that's about Puto, Colorado, whatever the hell it is. I don't speak Spanish. Right? But I think now some of them are crossing their eyes over and looking and going, huh. Okay? But still, because we're under that curses, there's still that hatred that we have for each other. Okay? That's part of the curses. We still have that hatred. We still have that hatred. So here it says, for I come to set a man at variance against his father, and a daughter against mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man fool should be out of his own household. Imagine that. If you talk about division right now in a household, you know what it says. If a house is divided, it cannot stand. There's a great division right now. The women is out of order. The men, unfortunately, because of either the pollution in the air or whatever they put inside the drinks or the water or whatever the case is like that, men are losing their testosterone and and becoming very sensitive, not having the ability to really take control of their household. So the household is divided because there's no unity. The woman is against the man is really kind of like, okay, whatever you say, okay? It's a division. It's a division. So it's going to be your own household, okay? It says, he that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me, and he that taketh not his cross and follow after me is not worthy of me. So if you're not willing, so you get, and it might be your lot for what I call scripture posters. These are guys that they don't do no work. All they do is just come on and post scriptures. See, you don't put your camera on your face. You can't. You're not making a lesson, speaking in your voice, gathering the scriptures together, your thoughts, maybe researching the World Wide Web, looking for a news feed or an article that could be related to prophecy, you know, and it might take you 2, 3, 4, 5 hours to put a 15-minute video together. Depends on the complexity of the video and a whole lot of other things. And you put it out there, and now the world can scrutinize you. The brothers can scrutinize you, whether did you do the breakdown the correct way or whatever cases like that. You are now up to be scrutinized. That's taking up your cross, man. Being in a crosshair of people who are ready to publicly shame you, humiliate you, maybe want to lay hands on you. That's taking up your cross, man. You stepping out here. Let the irons fall off the tree on your head. Let the people drive by in their nice air-conditioned car looking at you going, what the hell is that doggone fool doing there every Sunday or every Saturday? The hours you might put into watching brothers' videos or posting scriptures or putting your videos together, whatever cases like that, okay, versus the people who have all of that additional time to go and maybe, you know, enjoy life. You know, when I travel, and I do travel quite a bit, and I carry this with me, I carry scriptures with me, constantly in my head as I make plans. If I'm going to be leaving home for about 2 weeks or so, you know, if I have to go multiple states or whatever the case is, or multiple cities, I'm constantly thinking, okay, where am I going to do camp when I go to this place? And when can I do my video? You know, if I'm going to fly or drive. I tend to do driving more than I do flying. I don't particularly like to fly nowadays. But that's always in the back of your mind, to get your video there. And it sucks, especially sometimes when your mind just goes completely blank. You know, other times, man, you just get like, oh, it's like, wow. I mean, you got it. You know, and you put it all together and you're excited. Okay, let's go to Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 1 and 4, Isaiah 19. The book of Isaiah 19. Where is it? The book of Isaiah. Isaiah 19. It's down verse 1. It's the book of Isaiah 19, it's down verse 1, and it reads, the burden of Egypt. Behold, the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai ride upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt should be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt should melt in the midst thereof. So why is it going to melt in the midst thereof? Because as the Lord brings judgment onto this wicked place, okay, judgment at this place I've never seen before, people are going to start to realize that things are just not normal. It's just not normal. You have an unusual high level of homelessness, unemployment, okay, people with diseases, people experiencing the results of taking that C-19 shot. People are finding that people that they thought were their friends are not their friends. So you're starting to see that mirth in Great Babylon, America, starting to disappear. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. That's going to be including, that's going to include you northern kingdom and southern kingdom tribes. They're going to fight against each other. The Egyptians are going to fight against each other. The Egyptians are these Babylonians who are these Edomites. Okay? You have Democratic and Republican. And yes, you have red state, blue state. You have those who are the MAGA supporters, those who are part of, you know, the Biden or Kamala. They believe that the things that are taking place right now, they believe that if Kamala was in, it would happen. Yes, it would have. Two separate wings, left wing, right wing, it's still attached to the same wicked bird. That bird can't fly without both wings flapping. Now, if those wings go against each other, one wing is flapping up, okay, and the other wing's flapping down, and they're not coordinated, that's going to be a problem. And this is what you see is happening. He's saying, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. They should seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirit and to the wizard, going right back into what used to work before. It's not going to work this time. It worked before because of course, Esau was given, you know, Great Babylon, America, okay, as a gift. This was his blessing. But that blessing, as I open up the lamentation, okay, that blessing now is turning into a curse. Virgin daughter of Babylon is going to sit in the dust. That cup of indignation is going to be passed, okay, for the children of Zion, which is the Hebrew Israelites, which is the so-called Blacks and Americans and Latinos. And it's going to be passed on, okay, to these Edomites. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and the fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Okay, that fierce king is here. King ain't no fiercer than this. Huh? When was the last time you see a ruling president or a sitting president, okay, oppress his own people, send his own military against his own people, send his military against his own people? When have you seen that? When have you seen that here? Now we've seen all of the what do you call it, those civil rights movement and all that stuff like that. But right now, I think I saw a video the other day where these Moabites, okay, Ammonites and these Moabites, these so-called Asians, are now getting picked up by ICE. What you tribes don't understand is this: the misery of Jake. So Jacob's trouble is going to be your trouble also. If this man has to, I think the calculation is that they have to grab 3,000 a day in order to meet the million deportee capture, or the million immigrants capture to deport or put in these internment camps. They need to grab 3,000 a day. They do not have the means to vet who they're grabbing. So right now they're changing the rules. They're saying that basically now they can grab you based on how you look. So if the target is a black man, a so-called black man, they will grab someone that looks like, well, he looks foreign, or he has an accent, oh yeah, he looks like a Gonzalez to me, so they're gonna grab him. You see how that works? So, and now they have to, if they're saying, well, we can just deport illegals, it might be a matter of, okay, well, they're going to deport, they might start off with so-called Latinos and Hispanics, Now they're going over to the so-called Negroes or the Haitians and Jamaicans, you know. But at some point in time, well, to meet that quota, you're going to have to go after these other tribes, including these so-called Europeans that are over here. Okay? You're going to have to. So this is when a reality check is going to come to everybody when they realize that you have a tyrant, okay, a king of terror. And I'm not talking about Yahweh Shai. The cruel Lord is in rulership right now. That's a sitting ruler right now, Great Babylon, America. Let's go into second entrance, because I've never done a camp yet without going into second entrance. But why second entrance is so important? We're already here. We're already here at a time where we're talking about, okay, there's the biggest thing here about the MOTB, which is going to come pretty much after the collapse of society, which is very imminent. If they're to meet the deadline of 2020 or 2030, okay, to usher in their new world order, that only leaves 4 years. That leaves only 4 years. So between now and 2030, if everything is to be on operation, fully operational by 2030, okay, and Trump is the man to do it. Trump is elected too, okay, so he would have to give up the wicked seat as a cruel Lord, basically January of 2029. So that doesn't mean much now. We're already now halfway through 2025. So they need to move very quickly. I'm not going to stand here and try to give you a timeline because when they're going to crash this place. For all I know, this place will be crashed. You can wake up tomorrow morning and this place is crashed. Okay? All hell will break loose with a tomato before summer's even over. But they have to do that in order to bring out this new world order. So you get 2nd Ezra 15 and starting with verse 8. And let's read a little bit about this. And it reads, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves, okay? Which is, you know, constant oppression of the children of Israel, constant oppression, okay, of the people of this world, exalting themselves, okay, being wicked. It says, behold, innocent and righteous blood cried unto me, and the souls of the just and clean continuously. This is what we do in our mind, out loud, in lessons, and on camp. It says, and therefore said the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Okay, innocent blood. But it says nobody perishes innocent. So you want to be part of that innocent blood. Behold, my people is led as a flock and slaughter. I will not suffer them to dwell in the land of Egypt. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretch out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. So what was those plagues? A whole lot of things. When they had those grasshoppers and things that was eating, killing the animals and eating all the vegetation, that had an economic effect on ancient Egypt. They will have an economic effect on here right now. Okay? I don't get that. I mean, you got a V8 engine, you're doing a regular engine. I'm like, what? You don't think I got an avocado and develop engine too? Look, bunch of show-offs, man. People are fucking so stupid. Like, people really believe that you're impressed with any little doggone thing they come, they roll up around with it. Look at me, look at my car. I'm not impressed with your shit, man. Okay? I'm not impressed with your shit. Today or tomorrow, the Lord judges place, and next thing you know, somebody grab your monkey ass with your doggone nice Cadillac Escalade, beat the living shit out of you and take it from you. And then the fuck you could do about it. People are soft. People are softer than maggot shit, man. Seriously. If you really want to know the truth be told, people are softer. People are softer than maggot shit. You men are softer than maggot shit. And Yeah, maggot do take a shit. Okay? Soft and maggot shit, truth be told. Y'all only knew, man. And it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that power shall bring upon it. Okay? They that till the ground shall mourn for their sins, shall fail through the blasting hail and with a fearful consolation. You see people saying right now, they're working their ass to death. They're working their ass to death. You see just a bunch of videos now that people are saying they're working their ass to death. 6 figures no longer now can support your lifestyle. Well, maybe you need to adjust it. Oh, I can't buy food now. Even though I make $150,000 a year, I can't buy groceries. I can't buy groceries and have a $2,000 a month car payment and a $3,000 a month mortgage, you know, and go and wine and dine $500 a week or a month out there in a restaurant, you know, I mean, and give all the gifts at Christmas and every holidays and all the blah, 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 blah. And Kimmy and Mikey can't take piano lessons. Come on, see? That's because as you try to struggle to maintain your style here in Great Babylon, America, okay, you will have those fearful consolation. You will become, because this place is known as spiritual Sodom and Egypt. It's a place that's operated and ran and ruled by faggots. Almost all the men are doggone straight up fags. And you will work your ass to doggone death. Egypt is synonymous to slavery. So you're a slave under the oppression and rulership of faggots. And pretty much that's what it comes down to. So you're working your ass off, and that's why you have that fearful consolation, because at some point in time you realize you're never going to get out of this. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. The biggest thing, one of the things that we have to always consider as men of the Lord, is that whatever you have, you're going to have to be prepared to walk away from it, or when they snatch it away from you, don't try to fight it. Don't fight it. Meaning what? They're gonna take it. They're gonna throw you out of the house. That's part of the tribulation we're gonna go through. Things taken away. You might have to go off the grid. So you better mentally prepare yourself to just to get out of society and go off the grid. Especially once this ministry is done and we are no longer capable or able to go off the highway and byway anymore. Then it's just pack up and you just get out of society. Go in the wilderness, whatever. Alright? But that's gonna be a snare for books. Unwilling to bounce out here because they want to hang on to whatever little feeble life that they have here. Okay, you go to Zechariah 13, verse 80 reads, and it shall come to pass that in all the land, said the Lord Yahweh Shemeshai, 2 parts therein should be cut off and die, but a third should be left therein. 2/3, that is a lot. And that's actually a good thing for you, Esau. Because now what if the Lord had reversed that and go, he's only going to put 1/3 to death and save 2/3. If you're scared right now, if you're afraid right now of 1/3 of our people waking up, imagine if the Lord had flipped that and had the entire tribe of Israel wake up and just judge your ass. We serve our time to a certain date, week, month, day, hour, minute, second. And when that second is up, ding, all those judgment now turns around on the people, and the Lord beams up every Hebrew Israelite or the great Babylon America before he destroys it. Imagine that. Imagine having every Jake on this earth waking up to this ministry, to this truth. Esau, you wouldn't stand a chance. If you're scared of 1/3 of us waking up, and you're afraid of that, and that's considered a great army that is standing on the feet. Imagine if you were 2/3 that was going to be waking up. Imagine that. Of the Lord had taken all of us at this stage, at this time, and save all of us this time. But luckily for you, Esau, the Lord is allowing 2/3 to remain under your dominion, under your spell. None of us want to be a part of that. Okay? We don't want to be a part of that two-thirds. Okay? I don't play well with Edomites. I can barely play well with Jakes. I don't play well with Edomites. Never have. It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is my power. Okay? Not Esau. Alright, let's go into Psalms 10. Let's go into Psalms 10. And start with 7. This is the book of Psalms 10. Starting with 7. Alright? Because Esau is lying to you, doggone stupid Negroes and Latinos. He's lying to you. You know why he's lying? Because he's scared. He's scared. Go Psalms 10. Psalm with 7, it reads, his mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He's telling you, you ain't shit. You're a murderer, a thief, a drug dealer, and all that stuff. Okay? That's what he's telling the world. Alright? He sit in the lurking place of the villages, and the secret places that he murdered. The innocent, his eyes are privy set against the poor. His eyes are always set against us. We're poor. No power. He controls the media. He can make the world believe whatever he wants. With AI, oh, this is about to go to the next level, alright? It says, he lied in wait secretly. Us lying in his den. He lied in wait to catch a poor. He don't catch a poor when he draw it in his net. Catch a poor when he draw him in his net. Why? Because if you still have hope that one day little Negroes and white kids are gonna walk, hold hand in hand and stuff like that. If you have the hope that Martin Luther King try to put in the head of our people, you know, about 70 years ago, then yeah, you'll be caught in this. But if you're us, you're already seeing the light. You're in the light. You're not in darkness. His speeches and all his promises makes no sense, and they're laughable because he can't do a damn thing, good or bad. Yahweh don't give him the ability to do it, and that's all there is to it. So Esau, you're powerless. The true power behind you is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Alright? That's the true power. It says, he had said in his heart, power had forgotten. He hid his face and he will now see it. No, he sees it. Oh, he sees it. That's why we were out here preaching. We set our face against Mount Seir, because the Lord sees everything. So he's telling us, he sees that. He sees our pain. He hears our cries. Tell this man, I'm going to destroy his cities. I'm going to put him down. I hate him. So, once again, Esau, you're trying to make yourself, or trying to convince yourself that you're going to last or going to get through this. You're not. Ecclesiastes 12, it's on verse 10, and it reads, that which was thine enemy, who was Esau the Edomite, the so-called white man. For like us, iron rushes, so is his wickedness, he never changes. Though he humble himself, talk sweet, he might even talk jive, he might even talk ebonics, he might play the saxophone, throw a football, even dribble a basketball. You might do anything to keep you thinking, wow, some way, somehow, he's down with the brothers, you know, he's down with the hood. Yeah, right. And go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him. Thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. Esau will never change. It's just that simple. All right? Set him not by thee, lest when he had overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit in thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therein. You'll see it happen again and again. You'll have maybe an entire city, or entire town, or entire country of a certain people. That's so you'll have one or two down Edomites who go there, and they want to take over. They want everyone to bow to them. They think they should be in charge and everybody else should just be subordinate to them. This is the pride of a dumb, stupid kid, man. I want to go into that a little bit more. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or such come nigh a wild beast? I'm not. I look in the camera and I'll tell you I'm not. You go trust this dog on you, might stand devil. You shit on you. That's on you. That's on you. Stand your ground. Okay? Whatever you get yourself in, get yourself out of it. And you go trust this devil. Okay? Be a man. Be a man enough to come up against prophets and make mockery and make videos and be a dumb little bitch. In your mind, have to get yourself out of the situation, because I can tell you right now, any person in the laugh will fuck at you. I won't even think twice of it. You will not pity it. The Lord is not going to pity you. It's a son man. If you got one, this is Isaiah 31. 1. Verse 1, it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because there are many of you horsemen, because they're very strong, but they look down unto the Holy One of Israel. You see the Lord Yahweh Shai, which we talked about, the symbolic, the horses and the chariot symbol of Esau's power, his economic power, his social structure, which of course he's at the top. Okay, when you look at, do a global view of the world, see all the bright lights, the tall buildings, the skyscrapers all across this earth, jets flying, privileged lifestyle, the gold this, the gold that, man, let me tell you something like that. And you see the face of it. The face of it is always going to be Esau. This is the reason why you cannot get caught up in trying to make yourself out to be something great in this world. You're not great. You're not great. And we're not. Okay, you're not the face of wealth. You're not the face of greatness or inventions. We are not the face of those things. For right now, this is Esau's rulership. This is his time. This is his heaven. Let him enjoy it. Let him enjoy it, man. We're going to get ours. It says, yet he also is wise and will bring evil and will not call back his words, but will rise against the house of the evildoers and against the house of them that work iniquity. So you're going to help this man with all of his, to further his agendas and stuff like that. Especially if it's going to be working against the children of Israel. The Lord Yahweh Shai is going to bring you down the same way he's bringing Esau down. And this is going to be something that Jake's son are going to really... See, let me put it to you this way. Esau is not going to take you down in those caves and those bunkers, in those underground cities. Esau don't think nothing of you like that. He ain't going to need basketball down there. He's going to watch reruns. He's going to be playing golf down there. He's not going to take you down there. He consider you useless. Okay, so he's not going to take you down there. The Lord is not going to put the spirit in him to take your sorry ass down there. So you do see someone that looks kind of like a Jake down there, like a black person or Latino looking person. Chances are the seed line goes back to Esau. Okay, the seed line goes back to Esau. Abraham, Isaac, and Esau, they're Edomites. Okay, they're basically the tares. They look like you, but they're not you. This is Ezekiel 9, and start verse 3. Let's talk about how the Lord does not respect the person. I put up a video yesterday concerning the judgments of the Lord Yahweh Shai over the last 72 hours. Okay? It says that the glory of power of Israel was going up from the cherub, whereupon he was to the threshold of the house, called to the man clothed within it, which had the writer's ink on by his side. The Lord Yahweh Shai said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sighed, and they cried for all the abomination that done in the midst thereof. So Jerusalem, that's really a people. Okay? People. Where are we at? Currently right now we're here in Great Babylon, America. So here's what he's going to do. He's done it before, and he's going to do it again. And to the others he said in my hearing, go ye after him to the city, and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have pity, needy, pity. So what you have is angels of death, okay, and then you have those that are, you have angels of death, and then you have those. So I like how people come and they pull up in the truck and then they sit there and they listen to you and then they pull off and stuff like that. And it's like, well, what are you here for? You get to park over there. You get to park way over there. What did you park here for? And you see what I'm talking, okay? And you have these little sneaky ass little shit bags that does that crap. They'll pull up and stay in their vehicle listening to you, and then they pull off, okay? Tons of space you're gonna go park, all right? This is not for you. Slay ugly, old and young folk, babes and little children, and women will come not near any man upon whom is a mark, began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. So you have the dead angels, you can have the angels, you can have the men who are going to be sealed. When I say men, I'm talking about men and women and children. And then you can have those dead angels that is going to go and slay those who are not sealed. And it says right here, man, he is slaying everybody. Kids, babies, it doesn't matter. Let's close over the book of Matthew 24, starting verse 35. Okay? Our warnings always fall on the deaf ear. Because again, our people are looking for people with status. And that's a snare for men that are insecure, that think that this is about themselves. So if you think this is about yourself, you're going to do whatever it takes to get that status or get that like or get those views. You know, like, you know, for example, these guys like Alakazar and those other cats, you know, they'll probably go crazy if they ever did a video and only got like 15 or 25 or 30 views. But for many of us, if you get 20 views to a video or camp, that's considered a lot. That shows you how humble we are. Nobody listens to us. Nobody listens to us. You get used to it. Get used to it. Okay? It was like that in the world. Nobody listens to poor people. Nobody listens to you. This is Matthew 24, verse 35 reads, Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. So Yahushua doesn't know when the Lord is going to say. Yahushua say, hey, it's time. It's time to kick Esau's ass. Okay? It says, for us in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. So when Noah was preaching, nobody believed the word he was saying. They were laughing with him because he was talking about things that never occurred before. We talk about beasts of the fields, literally animals that are coming out to kill you. Snakes coming in your garage or in your household. I got neighbors that leave their doggone garage door open, leave the door open. They're so nonchalant and so carefree. They feel like no threat. They feel like they're untouchable. Okay? And they have that kind of attitude like that. Not understanding that the Lord can send scorpions and vipers into their house and kill them. Okay? We telling you there's going to be lawlessness. Even these cops are going to be running for their lives. Nobody's going to listen to them. It's not going to be business as usual where these cops go into Jake's neighborhood and just put Jake's down just like that, or pulling you over and telling you put your hands up, or let me see your. People are going to be blasting them away, man. When the pangs of hunger hit people's stomach, you're going to see how wild and crazy people really are. Famine is coming to Great Babylon, America. People are going to know what hunger or what hunger pain feels like. We're telling you women, you're going to get touched. Unwanted touch. But it's going to be very hostile, and it's going to be a physical touch that is not like meant for your benefit. You're going to get touched. You can't fathom that's going to happen. By the time you people figure out the judgments are here, the beasts are tearing you to pieces, newly created beasts and stuff like that, because Esau's a madman creating stuff in his lab. You see an orchestrated famine that's taking place right now where they're destroying the crop. They're getting rid of the people that actually pick the fruits and vegetables and do all process the food. And pick up the garbage. Pestilence is another thing. Diseases. You people don't pick up after yourself. You piss and shit all over the ground. You got your dog piss and shit all over the place. You're filthy, you're nasty. You don't teach your kids how to pick up after themselves. You don't wash your hand before you touch food or anything like that. That is what you're going to pay for that. Those nasty habits are going to cost you your life. These hospitals are not going to be available for your convenience. They're closing them down. The Lord will conveniently kill a lot of the physicians. Medicine is going to be shortage. Medicine, as it runs out, is not going to be resupplied because the logistics or the roads are all blocked. People are going to be ransacking trucks that they think that are bringing supplies of food or medicine so that they can get it and try to administer it themselves. So you're going to have a society that's going to collapse, okay? But you don't want to believe that. You people don't want to believe that. You don't want to believe that that level of wickedness is going to be here in Great Babylon, America. The sword. Your children are going to be pulled and drafted into the World War III soon. There's a draft system that's going to come so you can forget about going to college. Or you're in college in your senior year and you're going to be going to fight. All right? But you make mockery of it. It says, for as in the days, but as the days of no war, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying, and giving into marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. One thing that can pull you out of this, if you look around, everybody looks happy, they're going about their business, cars are driving, they all look clean. I think there's about, on this street alone, I believe there's about friggin' 5 car washes. 5 car wash station. These cars are clean, everybody's driving around, they're going to the family, you know, they're bilingual. They look great. Life is good for them. Meantime, our head is constantly thinking about the judgment the Lord Yahweh Shemeshah is going to bring. And if you're looking at this, it says, and knew not until the flood came and took them all away, so shall also the coming of Son of Man be. Okay? That's sudden. That's how it's going to hit. And I think people hear people talk about it, they might hear what they call conspiracy theorists, conspirators or preppers or whatever, talk about the things that's coming. And people think, I have time, I have time, I have time. And they think it's going to be so that this judgment is going to come, like, they're going to be bracing for it. Like, if I know you're going to punch me, I'm going to go like this. But if you sucker punch me or freaking come right sudden, I'm not prepared, chances are I will fall. Chances are you might be able to get me off my feet. People are cocky to the point that they believe that they can calculate when the Lord is going to bring this judgment or they're going to be prepared for this. And no, it says right here, it's going to be very sudden and you're not going to know what hit your ass. Okay, Lord willing, let us edify the close up and give all glory on to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Kakadash, Shalom.